We've only just begun.
Hey everybody, this is Be Positive, the world's worst blog with the best of intentions. I'm Patrick. Thank you. I thought of that. I'm amazing. Really good, yeah. Okay, so we are recording on the way to an airport right now. This was the only time that I could schedule with Walker Hare, so thank you for your indulgence. With me today is Walker Hare, a fantastic New York-based actor who's here to talk to us about remaining dedicated and on point and really motivated with our artistic pursuits. Walker, how long have you been acting now?
Oh, sweet Jesus. I guess about 10 years? No. A little longer, maybe. 10, 12 years.
Is that what you went to school for?
Good God, no. No, I definitely went to, I played football for a couple of years in undergrad. And then when that was done, I switched to my major to drinking and chasing women.
That's a good major.
Yep. And, valedictorian, double major.
Oh, I studied more.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Exactly. And then so I took, near the end of school, I was getting really frustrated, and I took as many credits as I could because I had to get out of school or I was going to drop out. I wanted to move to Spain, and my mom was like, that's cute. And I said, no, you can't control me. I'm 21 now.
Take that.
Right? And yep. She said, no, I'm on your bank account. I know you just literally cannot afford a flight to Spain.
Fair enough.
I was like, okay, that's, good point. So she made me a deal. If I could find a way to graduate that year, which I was not on pace to do at all, then, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Then she would help me get to Spain. So I ended up taking 20-something odd units each quarter. It was insane. I was also still doing my double major. And I took an acting class just because I was like, great, you show up half the time, you dance around like a monkey, you're set. And I kind of fell in love with it.
It sounds like after college you took a huge detour to pursue what you love.
This is true.
Yeah. But over the last 10 years in acting, have you regretted that choice at all?
That's a tricky question. I think, there's regret. I would not say I've regretted, but I've certainly at times felt like, oh, sweet Jesus, is this, I see my, I see my friends, doing things that look amazing, like I don't know, buying like a Chevy Volt, or buying a house in Santee, Steve Harrison, or just buying dinner at Red Lobster, and I can't afford any of those things. Maybe, especially not Red Lobster, but so these are all things that but I'm still pursuing what I love, and that's not true. Sometimes I do get lobster, but I think that the hardest thing for me is to I think if you just fully go into something, you're like go blindly into the night, and you're like, this is going to work out, and not step back and reassess. I think it's a little foolhardy in a way. I think you also have to be for me, one of the things is that I recently came to that's really helpful for me is this idea of persist, pivot, or quit. Is that what I said? Persist.
Yeah.
Persist, pivot, or quit.
I was impressed when you said that too.
I didn't make this up. I just stole this. But that's what the great artists do.
So great artists do, yeah.
Yeah. Picasso, big thief.
Patrick Healy. I made it
also
up.
Also a thief.
Persist, pivot, or quit. I think that's really wise.
Yeah, so I think for me, for so long I was trying to persist in this area of I have to make this work as an actor, and I still very much love acting, and it's important to me. And last year I got to work on 5 different TV shows. I got to do a feature film, a bunch of voiceover stuff, and by many of my friends' standards, they were saying, you're very successful.
Oh yeah.
But you have a lot. Thank you.
All
That's
right.
so sweet. He's never said it. I sent him a film and he didn't watch.
What a douche.
Anyways, so for me now, I'm okay, I can continue with this path and I can persevere doing the same thing I'm doing now, hoping to get different results, or I can pivot And what I've been doing lately is I've been writing a lot. The last 2 years I've written 4 feature films and some TV pilots and other things, and I feel like I'm really gaining a lot of traction in that. And more so than gaining traction, I'm taking control of my career in a way. Or I can quit. And I've seen people do all 3. And for me, I think it's like you have to listen to that voice in your head. Luckily, I know I'm fortunate. I don't have the house yet. I don't have the Chevy Volt. I don't have a child, so I
have Red Lobster.
I don't have Red Lobster either. I don't have any of these things, but I do still have the determination to tell stories. And so I've kind of pivoted to this new sort of journey, and I'm not giving up on the old journey.
Right.
I've decided that this is important to me, but if I continue on this path, I might not be as happy as if I listen to my heart and kind of pivot to this new direction.
Now, before more than half the audience got motion sickness from watching this video, you were telling me about the difference between people who ideate, people who start, people who complete, and people who succeed.
Yes.
And I thought that was really profound, and I think is in keeping with a lot of the things I find to be true. But I was hoping that you could share sort of that path with other people in terms of the differences.
Yeah, so we were talking about this earlier, and I think one of the things for me that I've noticed in talking to a lot of people who are creators, who are writers, things like that, even just in we may or may not have been in a bar just now, but this, we were talking about it, and it's like, you look around this bar, I bet you 90% of the people in this place have an idea that they say, I have an idea for a movie, right? 90%. Now, of those 90%, how many have actually said, I'm going to actually sit down and take the time to write this? Much less. Now, of those people who start, the people who actually finish is even smaller.
Yeah.
So then there's the people who finish and then actually have something that's worth sharing. And not to say judge whether something's worth sharing or not, but I think there's so many people talk about doing things versus people actually go out and do things. And so if you can be in that select few that actually do things, and not just start things but actually finish things, and things will happen to you. Good things will happen.
That's something that's in your control. You decide whether or not you begin, you decide whether or not you complete, and then you're in that really small minority that very few people are in, who have begun and completed, who have to be there first to succeed.
It's so easy to say I want something.
Yeah.
It's incredibly easy to say I want something. It's harder to say I want something and then to go do it. And then it's incredibly hard to want something that's difficult and go do it and then complete it. I have a profound respect for someone who says, I want to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
And they go out, and because that's not an easy job.
No.
And, those jobs are in high demand. You have to go through all these prerequisites to do it. I'm sure the number of people who actually get it are minimal, right?
Yeah, at best.
I'm not one, but I have a big respect for anything that takes a strong commitment and takes you saying, I want to do this, and then actually going to start and do it, and then finishing, just because so many people talk about things versus people actually finishing things. And I think as long as you keep pushing yourself, and if you truly want it, and know that if you do finish, there will be people out there that will respect you for it, and people will notice.
What would you say to them when they feel like being one of those people who don't finish and they feel like quitting and giving up early?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know for me, I'm very much motivated by fear. I think fear motivates me. I listened to a really great podcast with Tim Ferriss, and he's talking to Vince Vaughn about that. They were doing this show called Fearless, not fearless, but fearless. And I think fear is something that we all deal with. It's a part of all of our lives, but I think for me personally, it's like, if I'm going to start something, I want to finish, and I think if you make a contract with someone, if you say it out loud, saying something out loud is only going to, it's harder to walk back from it. If you say it out loud to one person, then they're going to hold you accountable. If you say it aloud to 100 people, then there's 100 people that are waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just shout from the rooftops like I'm going to be a movie star, because to me that doesn't hold water. But
you're not saying don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what works for you, then
Right.
go ahead. Why not? Go for it. But I think that if you make a commitment to that this is something that's important to me, people are going to, you'll find that you have more people supporting you than people detracting from you.
This is Walker Hare, writer, actor,
Director.
Director. Where can we find you?
I'm on the Twitter at the Walkman Cometh,
I've heard of the Twitter.
and the Instagram as well. And yeah, I think if you ever have any needs of encouragement, I say go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking back when you're older, I think you would much rather try hard and fail and live a life of going after your dreams than to wonder what if. And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you to Todd Gosler for driving us around town on the way to the airport. You sexy driving firefighter with his shirt off.
Yeah.
What?
Our Uber driver. You guys see our Uber driver real quick.
Take your hands off the road.
Yeah.
Hello?
Look at us.
Ow. Ooh, I'm getting old and I got a cramp. Recording? That's amazing. Can you believe how long or short that preceding video was? Holy moly. Well, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It's so easy. And click the little bell thing so that you get notified every time I do something or whatever with YouTube. Comment to tell me what a horrible jerk I am, or if you like me and you want to see me do more stuff. Yeah.